All right, Paolo attacks with Razor Main Masticore, Mutavault, Mutavault. Shuhei's on 8, and he knows Bitter Blossom is going to send him to 6 next turn. So he cannot afford to take 6 damage. His only available blocker is a Treetop Village. Figuring out exactly which mana to tap to activate it. I mean, another command here from Paolo is game, right?
Yes.
Shuhei activates the Treetop. Does he get to block with it? Looks like it. And he is obliged to stick it in front of Mastercore. Oh, and there's a Terror for one of the Mutavaults.
Which gets Spellstutter Sprite.
Spellstutter Sprite, which...
And you said he couldn't win in the air.
Alright, 2 more tokens, but Shuhei is down to 2.
And dead on his next turn.
He's dead on his next turn. He doesn't survive to another attack phase. Yeah, wow, Paulo
very well
Vitor, very well played. The Brazilian evens this at a game apiece. He is just totally on top of this deck. Paulo understands everything this deck is capable of every situation. And no, it turns out, you resolve Ancestral twice, you do not, in fact, lose. Not even to the double Bitter Blossom.
It just shows you the power of the Cryptic Command. That card is just so amazing.
We thought it was the card he was looking for in order to bounce the Bitter Blossom, but
he just wanted to tap the guys.
Well, on the other tables, Marin Light Baron has Magus of the Moon in play.
Okay.
So the happy face, perhaps, from Marin. He may be able to even that match at a game apiece. And I think I heard that Makihito Mahara has taken a 1-game lead on Jan Roos. Second Sower of Temptation, and doesn't sound like he needed the combo. A couple of Sowers is good enough to get the job done on its own a lot of times.
Now, Young Heng Chu only has, looks like he only has 5 basic lands in his deck. So that Magus of the Moon can keep him from doing what he needs to do.
Of course, you say that, but he's got 2 islands and 2 Cold Tear Hearts in play right now. So Young Heng Chu facing the Magus of the Moon, but seems like he's probably going to be able to cast the spell.
I think the Bears' plan for the Magus of the Moon was not necessarily mana denial so much as
color
beatdown.
A beatdown. That's pretty fast clock for his deck, isn't it? 3 mana 2/2.
He needed to bring in the Grey Ogres.
Oh. Game 2 of Gindy Pony, pretty much what you'd expect to see again with a Colossus on both sides of the board.
Right. Gindy said that matchup was going to come down to Colossus advantage.
Okay.
And again, his 4 Civic Wayfinders, can possibly get him to 8 mana where he can double activate his Colossus in a sort of Colossus collision.
Boy, that card was everywhere this weekend.
Yeah, fairies. I mean, if you count that as a fairy, I mean, almost everyone seems to be playing fairy decks.
Sure. I think it's just the Colossus tribe took over the top 8.
Yeah. Nico is only playing 3 Colossus, so the advantage is already Gindy's in the Colossus matchup. Nico said he wishes he played. He said that was his MVC, most valuable card, and wished he had played 4. That was his one regret about the deck at the end of the Swiss, was that he didn't have 4 Colossus.
Makes sense.
Be interesting to see if that's.
It may hurt him against Gindy.
What hurts him in this matchup?
Definitely could.
Gindy's another player who seems, you talk about someone who's played their deck and seems to understand the matchup and seems really confident with what his deck does. And he seems to have just complete confidence in his ability to make the deck do what it needs to do in any given situation.
He also seems just on top of the world to finally put a first top 8 up on his resume. He's been playing forever.
He's been playing since he's 12 years old.
Right.
Over 10 years. And said when he made the top 8, I mean, he's 3 finals appearances at Team Grand Prix with 3 different sets of wingmen.
It's true. Absolutely true.
Which is really a testament to him. But he said, what he's been dreaming about his whole Magic career is getting here onto this stage. So, yeah. It was really a nice moment for him. It was fun to be there and watch that happen.
Well, Paulo and Shuhei have shuffled up for game 3, tied at 1 game apiece.
Starting the match with 14 cards.
Llanowar Elves from Shuhei.
Is that a Fairy Conclave?
And Shuhei came out with a quick game 1 victory versus a double mulligan. Paulo looked like he was in trouble for most of game 2, facing off against 2 different sideboard cards. The double Bitter Blossom draw from Shuhei. Came back to win it, thanks to 2 card advantage from 2 Ancestrals.
Thoughtseize, he's a Murderous Red Cap, a Cryptic Command, looks like a Bitter Blossom.
You take away turn 2 Bitter Blossom, right?
Another Cryptic Command, and
yes, suddenly that draw is slow. Take away the Bitter Blossom, Paulo's got no action until turn 4 with that draw.
Tarmogoyf for Rinrun Vanquisher here. Right. Tarmogoyf with
already
sorcery, tribal, and enchantment in the yard.
Oh, 3 power, right?
Yes. The tribal nature of Bitter Blossom, which makes this deck so infuriating to play against.
Actually hurting him here. Now the Spellstutter Sprite came down. Off the top for Paulo, manages to stop a Llanowar Elves, but still going to get hit for 3.
With a Rinrun Vanquisher on deck for next turn.
Right. This is a Damnation game, right? We said this matchup at the sideboard might come down to Thoughtseize versus Damnation. Well, the Thoughtseize didn't find a Damnation. Shuhei has done his best to clear a path.
But Paulo hasn't found his Damnation yet either.
Right, well, I mean, it's the way Shuhei's supposed to play it, right? Thoughtseize, there's no Damnation, dump the hand, smash him in a couple of turns. But, I mean, there's going to be a window here where Paulo can come up with Damnation. He'll be able to stabilize and probably recover and win this game, right?
The problem with this card, you pointed this out to me once, is that at this level of play, this card's always a little more difficult.
At the top of their deck.
People's decks are filled with good cards.
Yeah. Spellstutter tries to trade with Llanowar Elves, but Pendelhaven saves the Elves.
Right. Really, it just Rishid on ports a land.
So DeRosa down to 9. He's at 4 mana.
Murderous Red Cap's going to take something here. Takes out the elf. A little more mana denial.
That's also why you wanted the Pendelhaven trash, right? Your tap.
Yeah.
And Nameless Inversion.
Nameless Inversion's the Red Cap. Red Cap comes back with a counter on it. Does that point to Shuhei.
And jumps Tarmogoyf, sure. DeRosa at 6. Alright, Shuhei goes ahead and adds Civic Wayfinder. Not afraid to lose another creature to a potential Damnation. Just wants to make sure that a chump blocker is not good enough to keep Paulo alive.
Paulo, looks like Paulo has the 5th land for Resume Massacre. Only problem, it's a Pendelhaven.
Oh, Pendelhaven to implode. No Razormane Massacre. No Damnation.
Chapel your animals.
But he does have the command.
And sets him back a turn rather than drawing a card.
Interesting.
Right, he could have been easily tap your guys, draw a card.
It's true. This way Paulo gets 2 draw phases. Potentially find the Damnation that he needs to stabilize.
I think we're gonna...
Another command?
Yeah, another command.
Check my guys over.
And this time he draws. Okay. Fairy deck is infuriating in the late game. It just refuses to die.
It also refuses to draw land 5.
Refuses to draw land 5 for Massacre, refuses to draw Damnation.
Chapter.
Oh, but here's another command. Number 3. And
this is where you see that Ancestral Visions, that, you know, this is supposed to drawback of Suspend. She just drew here.
looks like triple Massacre and Ancestral.
Zendilion click. He's going to click himself.
Oh, it's a good play. Discards the Bitter Blossom in order to be able to replace it with
a land.
A land. That's what he wanted.
It's the Secluded Glen and shows
the Spellstutter.
Shows him the Spellstutter Sprite.
How big is he?
A little bit. I wasn't paying attention.
5. That's it. Okay.
I'll come back in a minute.
So Shuhei smashes into the red zone.
Paulo's at 6 here, by the way.
Yes. He's been at 6 for quite a while. He's trying to stabilize. He's finally found